You've reached call in Mockery.
Welcome to Colin Mockery.
So excited to be here.
We love doing the show every week. We do it for you every week. Every Wednesday, it comes out on the same time, at the same time, on the same day, every week, and we love doing it. It's not a burden to us.
Right, but you can listen to it whenever you want.
Of course.
That's how podcasts work. I know a lot of people have been calling in, and they'll say...
Hey, hold on. I'm in a tunnel. Hold on a second. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I heard that you do the podcast every week.
True.
So if I'm busy when the podcast comes out, what do I do with that? Like if I can't listen to it the second you guys do the show?
Oh, that's fine. It exists in perpetuity.
Oh, so I can listen to it whenever?
Yeah.
That is
awesome.
Ow.
So if you are like that guy, our lucky listener number 7.
Yep.
First of all, we're gonna,
rest in peace.
Yes. First of all, rest in peace. Second of all, we're switching our lucky listeners to sort of retire not only his number, but the whole odd number crew. Lucky callers are going to be even numbers. So if you've been trying to call in, 319 had whip 1.
Oh, do a little reverb on that. 319
had whip 1. HAD. Sorry, hold on a second.
HAD WIP 1.
So you can tell we've been using all of your Patreon money for good.
Yeah.
We got some new toys. We've got the critically acclaimed new microphones. Everyone's really loving the new microphones.
They sound great, and I don't think
there's been any problems with them at all.
No. So again, we thank you for going to our Patreon, and especially those in the Abe Vigoda tier. We really appreciate that because you are getting, yes, the 3 bonus shows, but you're also giving us 300 bonus bucks.
Yeah.
Basically.
And if you want to join that tier, right, for I think it's like 30% off for the first couple of weeks or something. Or something like that.
Yeah. Hey.
You go and you go to our Patreon and put
hashtag Abe Vigoda.
This is going to be unusable for the show.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome.
If it weren't for these darn mics, but
I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah,
we called Tech and see what they...
Who's that?
Well, Tech...
Oh, your cousin?
Yeah. It's my cousin. He works for... It's not his real name. It's like an acronym because it stands for like Total Electronics something.
Well, we can't say the C, but
But it is something that a lot of people are serving.
It's a word that the British used to get to say all the time. It's kind of in their vernacular. It's free for them to use. And then you said it here only if you were very, very mad and a misogynist.
Right.
Now you can say it. It's a C word, by the way. Now everyone says it, and it's fine. And it used to kind of be a slur, but now...
we took it back, didn't we?
Yeah. So that's good, and we kind of made it, we momified it, so now like a wine mom can say it. Like, you can serve me wine and you can serve me C word, but just don't serve me a bad supper.
Ha 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 ha! That is funny. That was I got a new machine here to it's like AI based. And whenever we tell a joke on the show, it's going to let us know if the joke's funny or not.
If it's funny or not. Well, that's good to know because we don't know. Well, we get.
Ha 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 ha! That is funny.
Oh, good.
That wasn't a. Oh.
Oh. Well,
I didn't think that was a joke, but
if I get the laugh, I don't care. You know? it's what it is.
ha 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 ha! All right. Maybe we need to turn that off for a bit.
Yeah, because everything we say is pretty funny.
Yeah,
basically.
I don't think there's any.
From what all of our stands have told me,
I'm gonna say something actually serious.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I don't want you to laugh. I think our
show is super good.
You laughed. Is it because
Something's wrong with the microphones, or
I can't tell what that is. We need to call tech.
Yeah.
But we can't necessarily get into any of that before we get into
that's right.
everyone's favorite sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you like to make your mouth wet with?
Liquid death. Oh crap! Wrong way.
liquid death.
Yeah. And today, of course, we have the new flavors.
Yes. What did you get? Because I didn't look at yours. I didn't want to be spoiled.
Yes. Mine is a brand new flavor. This one, it looks really good. It's one of my favorite flavors in general. So I'm glad that they're kind of getting into this space. This one is called Unparleavable.
Oh my gosh. Mine is
Convicted melon.
I love the crack on their cans too. You don't get that with a lot of cans.
It's like I love Liquid Death and I love Plumbers for the same reason. I get a nice big crack.
That is a funny joke. Thank you, Mr. AI.
Yes.
We should give him a name.
Let's call him. You provide the first name, I'll provide the last name.
Okay. Wait, which one do I give?
First. The proper name.
Stiflers.
Okay. I will provide the last name, the surname. Johnson.
Not funny.
Whoa.
What was that?
I don't know. Stifler's Johnson is mad.
Yeah, Stifler's Johnson. I think that's good. Suit yourself.
Hey.
Sorry, sir. Oh.
Sorry, sir. Joey,
Yeah.
what do we want to talk about? There's so much to talk about and frankly not enough time, but we have to get into a little bit of it, don't we?
Yeah, was there anything last week, let's say, that you wanted to clear the air about or anything that you wanted to bring up?
What?
I'm not trying to set you up for anything.
It sounds like you are.
I'm not.
I would never do that to you.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about a joint experience we had. Not necessarily the thing that we went to, but just the hotel experience that I personally had.
Sure.
But we don't have to get into it too much, I guess. But basically, we were out of town.
Yeah.
We stayed at a hotel. You and the woman with whom you live in one room. Me and the ghost of my innocence in another room. Now, it seemed like a nice hotel from the photos. It seemed like a nice hotel from the outside. The guy on the inside that let me in, he was a nice guy. Everything seemed like it was on the up and up. You gonna do something?
Thanks for coming to our hotel.
Yeah, he was like that. But I come to find he gave you guys free Oreos and water.
I meant to bring those. I wanted to show them to you. We haven't eaten them yet. They're sort of they've been put upon a pedestal.
Don't.
Why?
The hotel has mice.
Oh!
It does. And I tried to tell you guys, you wouldn't believe me. The first night we went to a little it was like a little mom and pop shop. I've never seen one of these before. It was like a furniture store and they had a diner in there. I think it was called like IKEA.
Everything said like orc and dork and spork and lork and the place was cavernous. I feel like I'm there right now. Hold on, let me go out to the parking lot.
Okay.
All right. So we were there.
Yeah, we were there and
everything's blue and yellow.
And I was like, someone should write a horror story book about this and call it Horror Store.
Yeah.
So we,
With
hey,
the umlauts.
yeah. By the way, if you ever found yourself in a corduroy situation, you would do yourself well to find yourself in a corduroy story at the IKEA store.
That is very funny.
So we went there, and they always have these weird, crazy little Swedish versions of food at the little grocery section, and I got a little package of soft cinnamon roll type things, a little pack of 12,
But like bite-sized, right?
bite-sized cinnamon rolls. They're called Gifler or Gilfer, something.
Gilfoil.
Giflers Johnson.
Yeah.
They were called. So took that, then also had a bag of popcorn. Ate some of both. I tried the Giflar. I had to before bed. Pop a couple of those in. Throw on Big Daddy.
Yep.
Eat a handful of popcorn. Switch over to 51st Dates. You get the hotel. Now that's peak hotel. You got a few Adam Sandler movies on, some snacks, a little bottle of water. You're good to go. That's good. Now, we also both of us bought some chip clips at the...
Yeah.
at
So
the-
you were using yours right away, it sounds like.
cracked that box open. I said, well, why not now? What better time than now? So I clip the popcorn. I clip the Giflar bag. But I just leave them out on the table. I don't have to put them in a pantry. This is a hotel.
No.
I'm on island time.
Did you have a pantry in your...
No, but I just mean like at home you would put them back on a plate. You wouldn't just
I think
leave
we did.
them.
We had 2 sinks in our
What?
in our room.
You did?
Yeah. We had a little kitchen area
What?
with another sink and some cabinets.
Did I have I guess I did have a kitchen area, but I don't think it had a sink.
Yeah, we had another sink.
Damn.
This story's not about me.
Okay.
Continue.
So about probably midnight or so. No, it's later than that. Probably 2 a.m. I wake up to the sound of what sounds like a bag crinkling.
Yeah.
And I think my popcorn, my Giflar, it sounds like those bags are being riffled through. So I'm like, my first thought is there's a mouse in here. Now,
I would think a ghost. I would right away say intruder or spirit from another realm.
yeah. To me, immediately I say mice. But so I quickly flick the light on, look at the bag of Giflar and popcorn. Nothing there.
Everyone be quiet.
Everyone be...
Everyone.
All the mice, be quiet. He's coming over here.
So I say, okay, no mice. I turn the lights out, but then I'm kind of up, just laying there like,
Could be a mice.
there's a freaking mouse.
Could be a mice.
There's a freaking mice in here. But then I'm thinking, okay, the walls are pretty thin. I can hear everything that's happening through in the hallway. Maybe someone was munching on some chips as they were walking down to their room.
We were right next to this store, this strange Swedish store.
Yes.
So anyone could have walked over there, hoofed it over, gotten some snacks for their hotel room. You know, you might be dealing with a twin Giflar situation in the other room.
Could be. And it could have been any bag, not just my Giflar bag.
Right, but when you think of...
It just sounded so close.
Sounds like my bag. And
Yeah.
it sounds like it's in the room with me.
So, but maybe an hour later, I wake up to the same sound, and I say, damn it. Mice. I know it's mice now. They came back for more.
I think he's catching on to us.
I flip the lights on, and I say, "Hoo-yah!" I look around the little corner, because there's like even a half wall, like a eighth wall between the bed and like the living room area. I look around. Nothing. But I thought I heard like a pop can, which I had a little can of. Well, it wasn't pop. It was help me out, a kombucha type thing.
Oh, a tepache.
Yes, it was a can of tepache, and I just left it there too. But it was right by the Giflar bag, right by the popcorn bag.
Fermented pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Hey! I think someone got a little drink.
I think so too, because I heard a little pop of the aluminum can. I didn't notice then, but in the morning I noticed it was on the floor. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I didn't notice then. But I noticed it was on the floor, which makes me think there was a little mouse ass.
Yeah.
Looking in my Giflar bag, knocked it off. Okay. So, whatever. I say, you know what? Maybe it's the fan. Maybe it's people outside. Who knows? Maybe it's mice. I'm going to put the bags in a drawer. Shut the drawer. If it's mice, they can't get into it there. They'll move on to the next room. So nothing happens then the rest of the night. So, in my mind, mice. Definitely. Proof. And then, but also, I'm wishful thinking in that, well, maybe not. So I inspect my Giflar bag from the drawer, and I see that when I had opened it,
This is great. And this is all at night, like in the middle of the night?
No, this was in the morning.
Okay.
This was when I woke up and I was like, pop can on the floor.
I was like, no wonder you were in such a rank mood the next day.
Yeah. The Giflar bag is one of the harder plastic bags, that rip in a weird way.
Yeah, you try to rip the top and
it goes everywhere. Yeah. So like it splinters down the sides. You're like, now I have to eat all of them.
Boo.
But so when I rolled it up to clip it, there was still a little speck of crack out. So I inspected. I didn't realize that until the morning when I inspected it, and I saw a little crack, exposed Giflar in the crack. I open it and I see what look like the teeth marks of a mouse.
My minion mouse eating your Giflar.
No!
That's right, sir. We did it for you, sir.
Thank you, sir. They're calling me sir now. They're calling me sir. The mice are calling me sir.
So you did have a mouse.
Yeah. So, but then I talked to you and the woman with whom you live the next day, and she tells me she heard crinkling.
Yeah, which I didn't.
Room. You didn't. She said she woke up, turned the lights on, looked around, but her first thought, as is yours, ghost.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. I mean, I'd love to think that too, but it's a mouse.
Yeah.
And to your guy, you guys said, well, I'd rather it be a mouse than a ghost.
Well, because a mouse is like gross or whatever.
Yeah, the grossest thing you could possibly think of.
If they're just around there, whatever. I don't want the droppings, and I don't want to eat food that they've eaten off of. That's a problem.
No, I threw the Giflar bag away immediately.
But if it's a ghost, it changes your entire view of reality.
Yeah, but you don't know if it's a ghost.
But if you woke up and saw the ghost, sort of like Santa.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Like we have that little, like you said, the little eighth wall with the frosted glass. If there was some
Wait, you said frosted glass?
Oh, yeah. It was a total, there was some sort of teasing situation because we didn't have the chair that's known as the cuck chair.
Right.
We didn't have the watcher's chair facing our bed, but we have a little piece of frosted glass. So
you had the tease glass.
Yeah, the husband can kind of imagine what's happening and kind of see what's going on in the bed.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think we had a great room.
Yeah. Sounds like you had a better experience than I.
Well, the next night, because we were there 2 nights.
Yeah.
No,
because I put everything away.
Oh. We didn't put anything away, and when you were telling me this, I was like, all our food's going to be eaten. There's going to be a big Gus sort of mouse from Cinderella sitting there rubbing his belly, arms too small to move because his belly has been so distended. Right?
Saying,
all the food that I just ate is so good.
And so I thought that was going to be what was happening, but was not to be.
Oh, well,
I feel like nothing was disturbed.
As above, so below.
What the hell was that?
Okay. I don't know if that had to do with anything.
Well, and I was on the 3rd floor. You guys were on the 5th floor. And I was thinking, the whole time I was like, but mice wouldn't go to the 3rd floor, much less the 5th floor.
I don't know, because I think they will.
Well, they will.
they'll go wherever there's food.
Yeah.
My brother.
And I was just the dumb idiot that left his Giflar bag half open. Idiot. Also, the Giflar, not good.
Ooh. Stores hit and miss, right?
Yeah.
Those mice are out there going,
I would follow you into the bag of Giflar, brother.
and they get there.
Yeah.
It's been such a treacherous journey. They're on the 3rd floor of a building. For that might as well be the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
And they get there. Not worth it.
Yeah. They're
Subpar cinnamon snack.
Yeah.
Sad.
Sad, really?
Well, yeah, I had nothing like that happen to me.
Yeah, no, you guys had a great time.
Yeah, it was awesome. First night was, what was on the first night that we watched? Wedding Singer.
That's right.
We stayed on the Wedding Singer basically the whole, from start to finish, which of course, because it's on TV, somehow a 90-minute movie becomes 2.5 hours. And I'm like, we have to get up in the morning to go back to this convention.
Yeah.
And the movie's not over until 1:30 or something.
Yeah, but it's a good movie, so
it's worth it. Second night, and something I think was it 50 First Dates was on the other channel. They can't be 2 Drew Adam combos.
Just Go With It was one of
That's
them.
it.
The next night.
The next night was Big Daddy, and I also caught some of the Water Boy before that.
Yeah.
It's my quality H2O. So I caught that, and then you get to see him in Big Daddy, and you're like, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
The fact that people saw Punch Drunk Love like 2 years later or whatever, and I said, 2 years later?
Yeah.
I thought it was like, I'm like, he's doing that in Big Daddy. It's just without the comedic element.
Yeah. He's crushing in Big Daddy in a way that, like, at the end when he's talking to his dad in the courtroom, he's like, I love you, Dad. I know you're just worried about me, but I'm fine. I love you. I know you love me. And his dad's like, fine, let him keep the kid. And you're like, yeah! Great movie.
When he's like, the kid's being taken away, and he's like,
I wipe my own
But
I wipe my own
but
because it was on TV.
Yeah.
So they couldn't. But he's like, I know, buddy, I know. It's not about that. It's not about that. And you're like, hey, give him his kid back.
Yeah. But turns out it's Jon Stewart's kid the whole time.
Yep.
I never quite understood really any of it, why he gets the kid in the first place. None of it quite made sense to me, and it didn't in that hotel room.
No, and even because as a kid, I was like, so why doesn't he get to take care of this kid? It's just because it's Jon Stewart's kid. But does he want the kid?
He doesn't
And
know.
why is Jon Stewart in one movie?
That's the crazy
Because the whole
part.
time you're like, that's Jon Stewart.
Yeah, Daily Show, once a week.
You're so known for that you're not an actor. Like you are, but you're not. And he must have been doing the Daily Show.
Was he at
when
that point?
Was
I don't
out,
know.
or was it still?
He was probably still doing the clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I think he was kind of a known
Yep.
quantity at that point. But great movie, Big Daddy. I know.
I know it's not about that. It's not about that. Oh no.
I don't want to go.
You gotta go.
I
You
wipe my
gotta
own
go.
ass. I wipe my own ass.
And he's just silently crying.
God, what a great movie.
He's like, why would anyone be confused when he does a dramatic role? When
He's doing that. He's doing it in The Wedding Singer.
yeah, Wedding Singer is great. Anyway, you had some stuff you wanted to talk about.
I had an acting audition for Stranger Things.
What?
Well, Stranger Things was the big one. Let's say that, right?
Okay.
/ probably like Fear the Walking Dead.
What?
So I get on. I'm
Get on what?
I'm phoned up. Someone sends me a text from an anonymous number. Joey, I can read you the text. I probably deleted it.
Okay, but do it in a voice.
I deleted it, but
Oh.
well, I can't do voices, but
Dear Joey, we are having auditions today to be in Stranger Things or maybe Fear the Walking Dead. If you're available this week between at 11 a.m. or 4 p.m. Eastern Time, please respond yes.
Eastern time.
What do I have to lose? So I think Eastern time, it came out to about 10 a.m. So that's not correct with what I just said. But I said I can do 10 or whatever, 11 New York time or whatever. Maybe it was Eastern. Yeah. So I say, yeah, let's do that. 10 a.m. I hop on there. I'm ready. I've dressed up. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ha ha. Oh. Ha ha ha. So I get on and I'm ready to talk with them and just present myself the way I present to you guys and go, if I'm not even what you're looking for looks wise, just give me a chance. I'm sure a lot of those people on Stranger Things is you'd never even guess in a million years. That's the pizza guy from Stranger Things. So I get on there. It says webinar starting soon. And I said, oh. So a lady comes on who looks like she's being, I would say, held hostage, sort of in a room that looks like a hotel room. And she says, hi, guys. I can't see myself on the Zoom. Can't see anyone else. They can't hear us or see us. Mm-hmm. She's talking about how the process is going to work, and she goes, who wants to be in Stranger Things? And you kind of are trying to find the thing that you raise your virtual hand, and she goes, okay, I'm going to put those down now, and I don't even find it yet. She goes, who wants to be on maybe Fear the Walking Dead? And you're trying to I got it now, and you're like, well, not really. And she's like, and she goes, guys, it's not one thing or another. It's if you want anything, raise your hand. But if there's one you really want to be in, let us know that. So we never come back to that. Yeah. It's never, oh, by the way, you really showed interest in Stranger Things. Let's go back to that. Mm-hmm. So I'm on this webinar for about an hour. She's going, I'm an actress. I started with the Punani group or whatever it's called. She's like, I started with this agency. Mm-hmm. It's been great to me. I've gotten so many jobs. I've never seen this woman. So there's a good clue that I'm wasting my time here.
Yeah, it's a scam.
My boss comes to see if he can talk to me about something. I say, sure. I'm listening to them at the same time. I'm trying to listen. There's a lot going on, but I'm like, what if they ask about Stranger Things again? So I'm on there for a while, and they go, we don't take any money we're not like an agency where we're going to take 40% of your check or something. We're not gonna take any money.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice. I go, that's very kind of you actually to do all these
for free.
Yeah, to do all these to not only get us the auditions, but to do workshops with us, because there's acting workshops we get to do as well.
Cool.
Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter if you're in LA, New York, in the middle of all that stuff. We're gonna get you on Zoom. We're gonna do these. Wow. Okay, so you're just gonna do that, and that's how you get on TV. She goes, so I'm going to have you guys go on and sign in right now. And then right as you go to that webpage, it's like $100 to sign up plus $40 per month. So I go, okay. So that's where the money's coming in.
Yeah.
From this person that says we can get you in an audition about as well as you can probably get yourself into an audition. Or better yet, just have one agent that you do pay. Because like an agent
gets you the potential of work.
They give you the potential of work, and they don't charge you, unless you get that work.
Right.
If it's like, hey, I got paid $10,000 for that.
Yeah.
You get half of that or whatever, because that's our deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I'm going to take upwards of, 100, you've got 480 on top. So you're looking at $600 a year or whatever, for them to maybe get you an audition with everyone else in their agency that's literally anyone.
Yeah.
They don't even know what we look like. Big scam.
Yeah.
They keep texting me and emailing me, and I tried to figure out more about the company. It's just the way they set it up. I got a little look into that the muck of Hollywood, where you go, this is everything that's out there. There are people like this offering you the world, offering you Stranger Things.
And you didn't fall for it, right?
Well, they gave me some Stranger Things.
What?
I flew out there and...
No.
Yeah. So that was good.
Well,
but
cool.
I
We'll
learned
look for
kind
you
of just don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
Because what was I expecting?
No, you just wasted your mid afternoon or mid morning.
No, I didn't, because it gave me a story for our podcast.
That's right. That's what we do it for. Who happy to be done? Well, before we do that, I think we have to follow up on the conclusion of Ren Fair.
Oh, that's right. Let's get into some of this. What did we watch?
They did the classic release schedule of one episode the first week and then the final 2 episodes the next week.
Yeah.
That old release schedule that always works really good. I think they did that because House of the Dragon was coming out.
Oh, so they're like, everyone's going to be hopped up on ale.
Yeah, I think they wanted to just squeeze one more thing in before everyone's consumed with hot D.
Yeah.
But did you watch the final 2 eps?
Oh, yeah. I consume them all right. What did you think? There might be some spoilers here.
Yeah, if you're into the Ren Fair stuff. It's 3 episodes. Just watch it.
I read an article that was how real is Ren Fair? Because, as we talked about, can't figure it out. And they do a little breakdown at the top. It's like movieweb.com or whatever. But they did a little breakdown at the top where they say, here's the one thing, like, is Ren Fair real? It is real. And then the last bullet point is spoils the ending. And so people were in the comments like, I came here seeing if I should watch the show and you spoiled the ending immediately. Which I would also say maybe don't read an article that's like, how real was everything that happened in just watch it. And then if you have that question, what are you talking about? So I was mad at them too.
Yeah.
Just having a great day. What'd you think?
I mean, I think I liked it.
Yeah, I took some of the criticisms I had last time. I kind of took them back because I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah.
And you kind of see at the end that it wasn't maybe that serious. Like, it is crazy, but then reading also what they were saying, which is like the filmmakers were saying all these people live in a fantasy world. We wanted to make it like as close to what's happening in their minds.
Yeah.
Kind of the way they see this
That's exactly
fair.
what I said last week.
Yeah. So when they said that, and I said, well, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Then I was on board.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I didn't look up anything else about it. I just kind of watched it and then I said, all right.
Yeah, the article wasn't. It was a couple things that I think they took from an interview from somewhere else.
I should look into it more.
That was just like, yeah, we heightened it because they're performers.
Yeah.
And it's not like someone died.
Yeah.
And they needed to, I think, give it some gravitas. It's kind of like, isn't this crazy?
Yeah.
This thing happened. And then, of course, the ending being what it is, you're like, oh, okay. So I would say if you haven't watched it yet, check it out.
I definitely recommend. It was fun, entertaining. It does give you a little glimpse into, yes, these particular set of freaks, but also just like the boss, King George, reminds me of people that I know. I feel like it is also like a workplace comedy in a way where you're like, you see all of these people in different aspects of your life too.
Especially when you get to the end, like when I think it's in the 3rd episode. When the guy there's the woman working in her office, and they show the guy with his 2 computer screens, and he's looking through them at her.
Yeah.
And it's just the people working in the office. You go, oh yeah, it is. And it's still shot in that cinematic way of like the grand scale of the world's largest Ren Fair. And it's like an office job that they're giving because they keep going, he is the king.
Yeah.
It's like delusional thinking or putting some sort of importance on it that is just not there. It's not real.
Right.
But isn't that all work? We call the man or the woman our boss. But are they?
No, it's your life.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'd recommend. What else did you watch?
Well, while we're on that subject,
of
kind of, what would you call that? Medieval.
Yeah.
wet dreams, I guess.
Sure.
I went and I did it for the first time since they were restored in beautiful 4K with new color, new transfers. The Lord of the Rings trilogy has been re-released for a limited time only.
Yes.
One showing like once a week or whatever for 2 or 3 weeks.
And what's the sound when Galadriel shows up on screen? Yeah, perfect.
So it was the extended editions.
Yes.
Which I've never gone to see in the theater. The first one is 3.5 hours. The second one is 3:45. And the third one is 4 hours and 18 minutes or something like that.
Jumbo.
So Saturday I went to the first one at 3 p.m. And I was just going to go see Fellowship because I was like, I want to see one of them and then maybe I can watch the others. But I wanted to go see the new versions in theaters, whatever. So I was like, I'll go check out the first one. I got a couple hours. It's the shortest one.
Sure.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. My eyes are filled with none other than tears for Galadriel. And I go, okay, well, I gotta go to the next one. I gotta see Two Towers because I love that one.
Well, it's the best one in my opinion.
I think it is too, and I know. I would say yes. Return of the King is the best movie.
Yeah,
but for what I like, when I
Yeah.
go, they've never made a movie like this again.
Yeah.
A movie where the entire thing is war.
Yeah.
And they're like 40,000 people have just showed up. And they're like, there's 100,000 over there, and you're like,
How are they gonna do this?
and you care. It's like if they do that in a Marvel movie, I'm like, I know it's all animated, but somehow it looks real, and all the clash, like the scenes when just waves of men and orc collide.
Yeah.
So I said I got to go to that one too. And then the problem is the fourth one, which is the longest, was being shown at 7 p.m. on a Monday night. So I'm like, I gotta get out there until like 11:30.
Yeah.
It's such a weird time to show it, but they were all like sold out.
People love these movies.
People are going, and you see the same when you're buying your tickets. You see the same seats taken up, and you're like, "That's great." All 8 people are going to each one together because no one has anything else to do.
Uh-huh.
So I went to the first one up here near you because I get the recline.
Thanks
you
for the
lean
invite.
back, and then I went to the second one.
Near?
No, I went to the second one near me.
Near me.
Thanks for
Thanks
the
for the invite.
And then I went to I had more fun at the first one up here. I'd say it was a better experience. It was louder. I could be closer to the screen. It was in one of the smaller theaters.
Yeah.
But with the lean backs. So you're close to the theater, you're close to the screen, nice and bright.
Yeah.
It's louder in there than the expensive one for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't really understand that. But
the super screen always looks and sounds worse than the small theater. But it should be the good
Why?
one.
But then I could also be close enough to see that it was like looked awesome because
Yeah.
they restored everything.
That's good.
I was like, this is just great. So the fourth one, or not the fourth one.
Whoa.
Take that back. The third one, Return of the King. It has just to set the scene briefly. It's the you've got the recliners in these, so it's usually two.
Yeah.
Where 2 of them are essentially for you and your bow. Because there's a little tiny armrest between them.
Yeah, you can kind of touch each other.
Yeah. And then there's like the other side of that where you've got your cup holder.
Not like that.
No, like
Sexually.
Yeah. And then you've got the other, so you've got a cup holder, so there's a little more room for the section of another 2.
Yeah.
All of the back seats were taken up, so I needed to get the seats on the ground. You know what I mean? Like how there's the little walkway.
Yep.
And I go, okay, but I can lean back and see. But they've got the ADA, like, hey, if you sit here and someone needs to come here and be next to someone that has a wheelchair, you got to move.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to take that one. I don't want to be that guy. So I get to the one right next to it because that's open. Still trying to be somewhere centered. If I'm watching a 4.5 hour movie, I don't want to be, twisting my neck the entire time.
No.
So I get in there to get to my seat, and then there's a woman sitting in the one next to me. In the we are sharing an arm.
The lover's seat.
We're in the lover's seat together, and she looks at me, and I'm looking for my seat. By the way, before they showed the movies up here, there was no previews or anything, just black. You're just in a dark room, sitting there silently. So I come in, you know how I am, in a dark theater.
Yeah, can't see.
Trying to find my seat, and she looks at and she goes, did you have 3 seats? And I was like, no, I just had 1 seat. And she's like, oh, I couldn't remember. And I was like, what the hell are you talking? Couldn't remember what. And by the way, what ended up happening is no one ever took those 2 seats next to us. So I was like, what do you mean? There were never 3 seats taken up when you pick your seat. So I'm confused, but I sit. I give us a seat in between because I don't want to be awkward. Because you're both also laying down. It's just so weird. So I sat away from her for a second, but I was like, oh, but if like 2 people come in and they were sitting there because she said that, so I'm like, actually. So I say to her, I go, actually. And I move over in my little shorts.
Your shorts.
In my tiny shorts, I move over closer to her in my seat that I paid for first, before she had picked her seat, by the way. Because when I picked that seat, there was no one sitting in the one next to me. So I go, actually, and I move over to her and then lay down. And then at some point, I'm like, I'm going to go out and get some popcorn. And then I can see that there's some seats in this row that are not being taken. And I was like, I'm just going to take my stuff with me. Mm-hmm. When I come back, I'll sit on the other side of the theater. None of us have to feel weird, right?
Yeah.
We just have our own space.
Yeah.
We can hang out. I can put my popcorn next to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I go out, get my popcorn, come back in. This is like, I've waited maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. There's another 2.5,
Yeah. It's a good intermission time.
It's an intermission time.
You've seen the movie before. You're not missing.
And I've given us a good 2 hours of laying kind of
directly next to each other.
Yeah. Trying not to touch.
Yeah.
And so I go get my popcorn, come back in, and she has moved. Into the seat that I was going to move into on the other side of the theater. So she has taken her stuff, moved, laid back, and I didn't.
She thought you were the creep.
And I was just, and at first I thought, oh, someone was sitting there. I just couldn't see them. So I was like, and then I thought she went to the bathroom because she's not there. So I still sat on my side, but just moved over a seat to give us a seat in the middle.
A space for God.
Yes. And so I was like, okay, I'll do that. I'll put my popcorn on the seat that I was in. She'll come back. She'll have her space. Then I realized, oh, that is her over there. So the second I left, she was like, I'm out of here. Which, like, I bought the seat first.
This is a Seinfeld episode.
I know. And like,
because you were like, actually,
right.
I will sit directly
it's like,
next to
there was no pick. I wasn't picking my nose.
Yeah.
There's 4 seats altogether. I bought one. She could have went all the way to the end and there would have been her seat, me seat.
Yeah.
Her seat, me seat.
Mm-hmm.
And then if someone's not there with their wheelchair or whatever, which there never is, I could have moved over, given us even more room. I could have been closer to the middle. Mm-hmm. But then I've already sat down, so now I'm further. I was just like...
I think it's because you sat apart.
Right.
And then you said,
actually. Right. That's where I'm... But like...
I mean, I'm sure she asked you because she also wanted to give you some room.
Right. So that's why I've been thinking about it nonstop for the past 2 days.
I wouldn't have even been able to watch the movie.
I couldn't. That's the problem. I've paid to see this movie that there's already so much going on. It's hard to like your brain fills up at some point.
Yeah.
And you're like, so one's Sauron, but Sauron is Saruman? No, Saruman works for Sauron? I'm like still thinking about stuff from the first one. I can't wrap my head around. But there's so many things going on, and I would just find myself, I'm like, what, did I do anything that she didn't like? Or was it just like, because she also must have eyed across, like, by the way, first chance I get, but also waited. There was like 2 hours where she was probably like, I can't wait to move. I don't want to make it weird.
Yeah, she was, it's honestly, yes, a little miscommunication. And if you both just talk to each other honestly from the beginning, which no one ever does.
No.
But if you would, it would just make the whole thing better. So people should just do that.
But she
I never
paid
will.
for the seat.
I know.
Next to me that already showed Occupado.
Right. Well, maybe she didn't. Maybe not, though. Maybe she didn't realize. I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe you go into those and you go, okay, I'm going to sit here, and you
I'll
don't
just pick
realize
one.
they are connected at the hip.
Yeah.
But my whole point was like, I don't want to move over a seat, then have two people coming in, because they started the movie. There was no previews or anything.
Yeah.
So when you think, oh, I've got 20 minutes to come in, people were still coming in, and the movie had started right at 7. So I'm like, I don't want the movie to be going on, and they're trying to get in their seat, and I have to go, sorry, and I have to like sit up, roll into my seat. So I went, actually, just sort of, blah. Like, actually, this is all going to happen if I sit here, which it never did. And then, but at what point do I go, you know what, they haven't shown up. I'm going to make a scene to move over a seat.
2 hours in, you should have turned her and said, actually. And then went back to the first seat.
And I was like, was I sitting weird? And I even like sat and I twisted my body the other way just so it didn't feel as though we were laying together. And like, it's just such a weird thing that
actually. I love that shit. That's awesome. Because I do the same calculations, buddy. I do the same thing.
It took me forever even just to buy, because I figured this is the seat where either it's going to fill up or it's not.
Right.
But it's going to give someone the option to not sit next to me. And she didn't do it.
Yeah.
And there were still the 2 seats by themselves, because it's 2 seats, room for like 1 or 2 wheelchairs, 2 seats, room for a couple wheelchairs, and then 4 seats. And I just thought, hey, I'm giving people enough room. I'm sitting close enough. Maybe no one else is going to take this.
It's just hilarious. I love that. Yeah, I mean, both of you were doing the conscientious sort of compassionate thing. You both wanted space for yourself and for each other. It just seems like both of you are weird.
But then she's sitting closer to the exit. So as I come in with my treats, I've come back in giddy with treats, and I have to look at her. She stares right through me, and I see that someone is sitting there now, and I realize it's her.
Yeah.
And by the way, these movies are dorky.
Yeah.
I'm not there to see some action movie where I'm like, there is a woman in the front seat dressed like an elf.
Whoa.
And they sat, a woman is sitting, they were sitting in the very front, as close as you can get.
Why?
No reason to, because it wasn't completely sold out.
Yeah.
She's dressed like an elf. The man she is with, who is quite a bit older than her, but cannot be her father. He's wearing one of those like shirts that's made completely of polyester. That is just it's like an all over print of Gandalf. And I sat through all of the credits at the end for whatever reason.
Whoa.
Which is like 20 minutes because it's so many people worked on the thing.
Yeah.
After the credits have rolled, there's nothing going on during the credits. They get up and the woman's still crying. She stands up and she's like, I can't believe I cried like 10 times. She's saying to him, and he's like, yeah. And he's dressed like, he's got a huge picture of Gandalf on his shirt. And I was just like, this is like the worst of humanity. I'm glad they had fun. I knew going to the fellowship when I walked in and 2 women were dressed like elves. I was like, this is going to be good. Everyone wants to be here.
everyone wants to be here, but if there's like you're kind of a regular guy that just likes the movies,
Right.
and probably your seatmate just seems like a regular lady that likes the movies, and she was like, one of these guys who's like,
Actually, I'll sit by you, and maybe we could become
Milady.
like Aragorn and Galadriel.
it's the two names I can think of right now. Okay,
I'll take you to the Undying Lands.
I right now I'm Gandalf the Grey, but I'm gonna go get popcorn and come back as Gandalf the White.
I'm going to do an outfit change halfway through, just like he did halfway through the movies.
You shall not pass.
Would you like to see what I've named Treebeard? And she said yes. So then I'm even more confused.
Yeah.
So it's just...
hold on.
You shall not pass up the opportunity to sit directly next to me.
will you be my Mary if I'm your Pippin?
I'm an Ent, E-N-T.
Ears, nose, throat.
Finally, I found my lady Ent. They are rare upon these parts, as you can tell. And by the way, John Rhys Darby does the voice of the Ent, and he is also... oh no, I can't think of his name. The main dwarf. What kind of fan am I? I deserve to be thrown into the mines of Moria. She's just sitting there like, I'm trying to watch the movie.
It's just watching you while eating popcorn.
Quiet!
Gimli
Gimli the dwarf.
I never thought I'd die standing next to an elf.
What about standing next to a friend?
I can do that.
Everyone, literally everyone I can hear behind me. People that have seen this movie dozens of times. If you're sitting through this thing, a movie that you can clearly tell, like even me as someone, I'm like, I don't know exactly what parts of the extended edition. When you get to them, you know.
Yeah.
When it's two little dorkos drinking water going, I think you've gotten a little bit taller. And it's like, like they've just shown a bunch of people die, then they have to cut to some stupid. You're like, no, this was not. This did not make the cut.
I don't remember.
Mary drinks some water from the tree and he gets taller by 2 inches and they're fighting over their height for like 10 minutes. Just crazy. I love it. I had fun. I'm glad I went.
That's good. Well, bye.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.